Okay, folks, you know it's that time of the year, right? We need all of them good, hearty, home, country style, soul food meals, right? So today I'm gonna show you guys how to make oxtails and gravy. And in here, I'm gonna show you guys a couple of little tips because you know you got them all different sizes. Now, with that being said, let's get it. Now, this is what we're gonna do, folks. We're gonna go over these ingredients, right? So obviously we got the oxtails. Now I'm gonna go in here and show you, they come all different sizes, you know what I mean? So listen, if you can go ahead and get the visual in your brain, look. The bigger part of these are back on the back of the cow, as this is the tail, right? So it goes doop, 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 all the way to the end like this. Now, you guys gonna have some of these. What I do is, I'll just wait till I get them inside after I get everything, seared and get a nice color and trimmed up. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you where we put these at, right? So with that being said, look, we got bell pepper, onion, garlic cloves, and then we got an array, of seasonings and herbs, right? So, listen, don't forget the full ingredient list is on my website. That's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. Now I'm gonna go ahead and explain this part because a lot of people think making oxtails is like a little bit on the hard side. This is like super easy. And check this out. We're not even gonna be doing these on the stove. I'm gonna be putting them in the oven, right? But before I go ahead and preheat, we just wanna get our timing right. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to take all of my ingredients that you guys seen right here at the very beginning. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this is gonna be our rub, or we'll call it a seasoning. Now what I did was I removed this one right here, this flour, because we gotta have it separated, right? This flour is gonna be what we add to it to thicken up our gravy, right? So even though we got flour, we're gonna go ahead and drop this in just like that. Now we'll take all of our herbs, spices, powders, everything else, we just drop this in here. Now, once we have that in there, this right here is a little bit of a level up for you guys. Check this out. This is my bacon sea salt. You see that right there? We're gonna go ahead and add a little bit to this. Just a couple of generous pinches to it. Now, let me grab my whisk. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just mix this together. Now, one of the good things is when you're dealing with flour, you can see all of the different colors that your herbs and, your spices and everything is. So you can see when you have everything, mixed properly. Okay, so just to give you guys some information, right? So I said this was bacon sea salt. To be honest with you, that's like it is bacon sea salt. You guys can see the color. Look at these two right here, right? We just made this to like a really like all-person. We really made this like an all-purpose, or let's just call this like a seasoned salt, right? But the base of it is this right here. I keep this, so when you guys see me filming, you guys always know that I keep that Branch and Vine bacon sea salt, which is truly a vegan, product. That's where I get it from. So when you see these colors like that, that's what I'm doing. I don't want to gatekeep from nobody. I want you guys to have exactly what I have. And then once you do it and you taste it, you'll start adding it to different things that you do. And then you be on your way. You'll be talking to me and then I'll be doing the same thing that y'all be doing, out there, right? So we got it. You can see my flour. Oh yeah, we looking good. Now, let me go ahead and take my lid off. What I'm gonna do is, let me turn my fire because we want to start warming up some of this oil, right? And I always use Branch and Vine, right? This is Branch and Vine garlic infused olive oil. So we got a medium flame underneath the bottom. Go ahead and, coat this bottom down here. Listen, these are oxtails, folks. They are going to render down, right? So as we bring this up at the medium, heat, right now, I'll bring the oxtails into play, right? So now let's put this down right here. I want you guys to look. You can see, look at the fat on here. We want to go ahead and trim just a little bit of this fat off of here, just like what you guys are seeing, right? This is what we want to do. Take some of this off. Believe me, oxtails are going to create their own, fat. We don't want to just like trim it like we doing a brisket or nothing like that. It's not no competition, but you guys can see how it's like loading up. You see this here? Yes, sir. All right, so if you guys come in and look at this right here. Now you can get a visual. If I didn't do no trimming, this will end up in my Dutch oven and we're going to have a lot of grease, right? So I'm just going to take that and just put that right there. Now I'm going to get another one. I'm going to look at it. Listen, I'm not doing a competition trim. I'm just getting rid of some of the fat that I can see. Not all the way, just any of those big fat deposits that you run into, we just get rid of those. Okay, so I can see that my olive oil is nice and hot, right? So all I did was coat this. Remember, this is seasoned, flour now, right? So we'll just take this and I'm gonna set this right in here like that. And there we go. Now, let me just go ahead and do the rest of them. Again, once you got it coated, you wanna just put that down and just make sure it's flat. And all I'm doing is just running this around as if we was making fried chicken, right? We just wanna make sure it's coated on all sides, front and back, top and bottom, right? So when it look like this, you're good. Now I want you guys to take a look. You can see I started turning these over. I just thought I'd show you. We still look like that. Now I'll just turn them over, right? Now we're gonna brown the sides also. And to be honest with you, this next time, I'm gonna finish everything that I have inside of here. But right now, I just wanted to get it this way so you guys can see. You know why? Because after a while, we gotta get on here and get on these sides. You wanna brown it all the way. We starting to brown all of the sides. I'm looking at them, making sure I got them all. Then once you do have them, now this is a necessary step, folks. If you want your meat to look and to taste right, you gotta put that sear on it. And that's all I'm doing. I'm using a medium heat, you know. I put some other ones in here. Now we're gonna start doing the sides on these, right? You see how that's not done? We just put them over here like that. Don't worry, we locking in all of the flavor this way. You see that right there? Now you wanna get yourself another bowl. You know what I mean? You wanna put all your oxtails in there, right? You guys can just see that when we put this gravy on this, it's gonna be fire. Okay, so I already started letting some of this, you know, my grease and my oil, you know, cool off a little bit, right? This is what we finna do. We finna take this onion, right? Now you could have done this in the very, very beginning. What I'm doing now is I'm just going ahead and prepping this and getting this together. Now you guys can cut this into slivers, however you want to, but I'm gonna show you what I like. And this is it right here. I like to cut mine like into the little rings, right? We just cut them down just like this. You can cut them as thick or as thin as you would like. I try to keep them just so they hold up, you know, keep the shape like we doing an onion ring, right? Now it look like I'm gonna put a lot of onion in here, but believe me, it's gonna render down, you know, in that nature. We'll get rid of that. And then we just pop these in like this, right? Now we're gonna cook these down a little bit, but right now I'm just getting them, you know, getting them together. You see this right here? It's super easy. You know what I mean? You guys can just figure where I'm going. If you ever see me do my smothered chicken and all of that, I mean, you cut them down how you want to, but this is just the shapes that I like, right? I like when they're like this. We finna go ahead and preheat the oven, right? So I'm gonna hit bake. We wanna hit 325, then we just hit start. You guys gonna like this because now you don't have to worry about having it on the stove, worrying about is anything sticking on the bottom of it. Putting it in here right now, man, this will get the pot nice and hot without that burn on the bottom. You wanna grab yourself a whisk here. The fork ain't gonna do it, folks. I mean, it will, I guess, if you was in a pinch, but this is what you're gonna need, right? So we got a little oil in there. Now I'm getting ready to come with my flour. I'm gonna put my flour in here, and what we're gonna do is just keep continuing to whisk a little bit at a time, folks. This will help ensure that we don't have all those lumps, right? We just keep on going, just like you see. Now what we're doing now is cooking that flour taste out, making sure everything is incorporated, right? If you need to add yourself just a little bit more olive oil to it, you can. You can just watch and see what it does. It's about all we're gonna need. Now we just keep whisking and cooking that flour taste out. I'm gonna start adding a little bit of my beef broth to it. You'll see it start to loosen up, right? Look at this. This is why you want to continue to whisk. As you can see, we just want to keep continuing to whisk. Now I'm gonna add the rest of my seasoning to it. Then you want to taste it too, but I'm gonna wait. Now I could have done two things differently. I could have put my garlic cloves in there, you know, and try to like get them going. Did you run a chance of yourself burning your garlic? So I'm gonna add it here. No worries, this is finna cook for a couple hours, right? So if we just put this in here like this, you guys will see where we're going, right? Look at that right there. And look, I done turned my fire off because we're gonna put this in the oven, right? It's nice and hot. Now, if you were to know why I didn't take these, you know, my bell peppers and put them all the way down, you know, start getting them soft, is because we're gonna cook these, like I stated earlier, these gonna be in there for about 2 to 3 hours, right? We wanna get them nice and soft. And so if you go ahead and start them on their rendering process, you know what's gonna happen is they're gonna kind of like disintegrate. I like to have my onions, and I'm gonna say onions especially, you know, I like to be able to see them, right? So we'll just put these in here like this, get this going. No worry, they're gonna be soft. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna put a whole lot of flavor in this also. But you see that right there? And don't forget, it's going in the oven, so we don't have to worry about nothing, you know, sticking to the bottom of it or anything like that. This is what I wanna do. I wanna go ahead and get my little tester. What we wanna do is test our gravy. That's right. I'm just gonna go ahead and dust this just a little bit with my beef seasoning. This is perfect. Oxtail, it scream a heavy meat. Come on, folks. And when I say dust, I mean dust. It depends on what seasoning you guys are using. For me, this is a low sodium product, so I'm not adding a whole lot of, you know, sodium to it. We just want to get a little bit of that flavor. And believe it or not, when I tasted that, I could taste the bell pepper and onion just off of that little bit of a hit, right? But we're gonna go ahead and let this cook for a couple of hours. After I introduce these oxtails to it, they're gonna sweat down and put some oxtail inside of this, and now you guys know. All I gotta do is go ahead and make my make my rice, and you know the rest. All right, so you see that? I dusted it with the top, crack some fresh black pepper on there. Now remember the bigger one of these, I like to put these down here at the bottom, right? And actually the size of my crock pot, it's pretty big, so a lot of it's gonna go inside of here anyway, right? Because we don't have a whole lot. They don't want to sell you, when you go to the store, they're not gonna put all of the big ones in one, because then they couldn't get rid of the small ones, So that's how they do that, folks. Now these are the bigger ones, right? Now these I'm just gonna put right here, and then these real small ones I put up here. The heat and everything, they're gonna work their way down anyway, and they'll render down, but we like to put these on top, folks. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna check these again probably in probably about an hour and a half. Right, so we got that going. Now let me go ahead and get myself a spoon, because I like to put some gravy over all of them anyway. But you guys can just see where we going with it. All right, so look, it already looked magical. I don't know no other word to say even after the fact, because once I get this down where they start falling off the bone and be like super tender, then they become something else. But right now, I'm gonna just use the word magical, because you guys would love to pour that over some rice now anyway, right? And don't forget, I did not go ahead and saute my onions or my bell peppers down, because I want them like this, because they're gonna be in this for a minute, right? So listen, I told you it's gonna go between 2.5 to 3 hours, right? So I'm finna set myself a timer for an hour and a half just to look at them, to see where we going, to give it a little bit of a stir. Now I'm gonna stick it into the oven, and then I'll see y'all in just a minute. Okay, so listen, it's been 2.5, about 2 hours and 45 minutes, right? Now we done took this out. Listen, I'm so excited. I done already started removing these. If you guys look, I don't want to mess with them because they're super soft. I don't want them to fall apart. I had to delicately, take them out of my, Dutch oven to put them in here. We just gonna leave them there for right now, right? Let's go ahead and address this right here. Look at this. See how I got all that? Look at the fat that's on the side of there. That's not gonna really mix in there like that. It's gonna separate anyway. So I'm gonna put something in front of you guys that some of y'all might have not ever have seen. This right here is called a fat separator, right? Now say I had anything that was need to be strained, that's why it has this right here. You can put it there, and then all the goodness will come down there, and any fat rises to the top. But I know that I got, bell pepper, onion in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this in here, and we're just gonna let this set, right? So I want you guys to pay attention. Look down there, you see all that? We're gonna get all of this up. Right, let's just get it. Let me get my spatula, and then I'm gonna let it settle just for 1 second. Oh yeah. Then we're gonna come back and make it nice and rich again. All right, so look, if you guys look down there, look at how all of the fat, all of that has risen up to the top. You see that right there? And then down at the bottom, that's all of that, the gravy as it's like settling. So what we wanna do is we wanna get rid of some of this fat, right? So how do we do that? We just put this, unplug this. And if you notice, if I take it and I start doing this, look where all the fat is at the top, right? So I can take this and I can pour some of this out of there. You know what I mean? Because the main thing is it didn't render off a whole lot where it would already be pouring because it's thick, right? So I just want to show you this action. Look again, look at where all the fat is at. I'm gonna get me something just to pour it over here. Now, if this was like super like pliable and like more like a real, like regular liquid, then this would already be pouring out of here right now. But again, I just want to show you how we can skim some of that off without always having to take ourselves a paper towel, and getting it off the top. So look, I went ahead and put some fire back underneath the bottom of here. I just got a medium flame. Now, again, don't forget, this is like super thick, right? It's moving like it's thin, but it's not. Obviously, when I go like this, it doesn't want to, pour out of there, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just add that back to it this way. We'll leave that. We'll set this up to be washed. I'm gonna bring my whisk, and as it heats up down on the bottom, this is getting ready to loosen up. But look at that gravy there. I got a little bit more of that beef stock right here, right? Now I want to say this too. We doing beef. Say you don't have no more beef stock, you use everything. You could put chicken in here, right? A lot of people, I don't know what they got going on. I've done that in the past, even in some of my videos, and they get to looking at me and saying, hey, that's chicken stock. Really, we just infused it with some different type of flavor. But when you put it all in here together, it just marries. Now look at that right there. You see how that's working? Look at how thin that is. All right, so look, I'm not finna be just super greedy with it. You know what I mean? Look, I got a bowl full of rice, right? This is just long grain rice. I made, look, now look at the gravy. Come on in here and take a look what I'm talking about. Let me make sure I got that off. I see it steaming. Yeah, everything is off, right? I just hit that safety. But look at this right here. This is what you want. I don't mind it being a little bit, look, you see them things falling? Look, remember that, them bell peppers? See how we can still see some bell pepper? As far as the onion go, it ain't really nothing you can do unless you introduce your onions later into the game. But you know what? All of that has disintegrated and put that flavor in there. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and cue that music so everybody can get their mind right. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to look right here, and here we go. And just like that, folks, we got smothered oxtails. Hey, I'm not finna fake nothing or nothing like that. I'm finna pull this out. Really don't need no knife, but I'm gonna get this just so I can have something to hold that bone and pull that meat. But right now, you know what I gotta do? I gotta take pictures of it and make it a star. You guys already know I did, because that's why you're here right now. So with that being said, I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, so listen, I'm tired of my mouth being watery. You know what I mean? Let's just go in here. Look, if you wanna know how, look, you see this right here? You see how this just coming off? How it just peels off of there like that. Oh my goodness. And then, you know, we got enough gravy. I'm gonna go in here and get it like this. Hopefully I can get it on the fork. Ooh, let's get some of that rice and gravy, right? You see that right there? That right there is what we call, I hear some of y'all out there calling it tenderism, which this right here is the way to go. Listen, I don't want to overtalk nothing no more. You know what I mean? You can still see that steam coming off. Yes, sir. Hey, these are bona fide, I'm gonna just say old man certified. Meaning you ain't got to have your grill in your mouth. You can eat these right here. Now I know it's about them oxtails, but it's about that gravy and that rice too though. Cheers again, y'all. Woo! All right, y'all, I'm gonna stop. One more, I don't know. Maybe I should have put 2 things of bell peppers in this one. The bell peppers kind of like set it off. The onion disintegrated. You know what I mean? It done just let all of its flavor out. It had no more to give, and it's just a perfect blend. Have you guys ever had something when you eating it and make you instantly give you the itis as it's going down? You know what I'm saying? I just pulled off of one side. So with that being said, let me know down in the comment section below, how would you guys serve your oxtails? I guess pretty much everybody that makes it all the same. You know what I mean? We just got different seasoning. Look, the beef seasoning on this right here is real nice. Don't forget, it's for them heavier meats. So when you get back there on the back end of that cow, we start calling him an ox, start thinking about that beef, baby. So with that being said, let me know down in the comment section below, you know what I mean, what you think about this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here to simplify these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And ooh-wee, folks, it's time to eat. I'm out, y'all. Peace.